Welcome to Silent Hill, a contribution to Summertime Radness 2, the scary sequel. Options? No, we don't need options. We're going to start right now. And we're going to play on hard mode, no normal. I just want to show this game off, guys. I just want to show this game off because it is so amazingly spooky and scary and terrifying and terrible, full of terrible people, terrible people. And it's already getting off to a pretty eerie start here, I guess. Those of you who spotted my shameless attempts to sync up the video, to disguise syncing up the video with the commentary, you win nothing. Cheryl, where are you? Yes, this place is strange. You don't know the half of it, Harry Mason, and yes, the character's name is Harry, just like me. Cheryl is her daughter, who was riding next to us in the car in that quite strange intro screen that didn't really make a whole lot of sense. And here we are in the... I think eerie is the best word to describe it. And the game just drops you in here right at the beginning. The reason I'm playing this game for Summertime Radness, the scary sequel, is first of all because it's a game which really stands out in my childhood, I guess.
Cheryl? Is that Cheryl?
Looks like it might be, Harry. But if it were Cheryl, why would she be running away from us? Is the question we have to ask.
Where are you going? Hey, wait! Stop!
So yeah, one of the reasons why I'm playing this is because it's a game that stands out in my childhood as a game that I found utterly terrifying when we played it. The second reason I'm playing this game for Summertime Radness 2, the scary sequel, is because it has one of the most iconic and cinematically amazing introductions to a game I have ever seen. Like, the way this game is put together is just, it's a masterwork. And don't even get me started on Silent Hill 2. Beware of dog. Cheryl, do you really think you should be coming into places like this you don't know? I really don't think you should be. I don't think the dog is going to be giving us much trouble, though, anytime soon. So this is where it starts. I mean, we have an intro movie which doesn't really tell us much about anything that's going on. We wake up, for some reason it's extremely foggy, there's snow or something falling from the sky, our daughter is no longer in the car next to us, we get out, for some reason our daughter runs away from us instead of running towards us, as you would expect, and we get to here where there's just blood and gore all over the walls, all over the floor. And none of it makes any sense. It's just all extremely unnerving, extremely disturbing, and you have to imagine, like, Harry Mason just being like, what's going on? And the game just kind of takes that and just runs with it. If you listen to the music is just like this unnerving mechanical sort of clanking which just kind of builds up and builds and builds and builds. You have these strange like shots from above with these strange angles where you're looking down on yourself and you can't see where you're going. You're just kind of like blindly walking along this corridor, and you don't know where you're going to come out. This, like, angles like this where the camera is like strangely like moving, I just think this is like, it's just horror genius at its best. Like, you're walking along here, it shifts from like an angle being down right by your feet seamlessly up to being above you. It's just so, and still and all, you don't know where you're going. Like, why is Cheryl coming down this strange alleyway? Where are we going? what caused all the blood and gore on the walls and the floor? Why is the camera angle trying to make me sick? Like, it just... Do I really want to go through this gate? And it's like, the first time you play this, you have to imagine, the first time I played this was when I was about 10, and my brother would have been about 12. And you can just imagine the two of us being scared shitless even to just walk down this alleyway, because you don't know what is going to happen, because we had never... Obviously, we didn't know what was going to happen. We were playing it for the first time. And the game just does everything possible. Like, with the sound design is just unbelievable. It is getting darker, Harry, well noticed. And then it just, like, throws this kind of, like, lack of light on you. So now you can see even less than you could see before. You still have, like, the strange, like, camera angles from up above. And it's raining now, whereas it was snowing before, which automatically makes it a bit more dismal and miserable. You still have, like, these crazy camera angles going on, revealing... Like, and this is what this game does. It's like it takes something perfectly harmless, like a bandy old junked up wheelchair, for some reason, which is back here with the wheel still spinning. And the way that, like, if I just, like, walk back here, the camera angle will reverse. And the way it, like, reveals it to you, you can't see it, but you don't know what it is, you just know it's something. And it just, like, it makes you scared of things that aren't there. And I think that's, like, the genius of a truly scary horror, is if it makes you be afraid of things that aren't actually even there. You have a hospital gurney with what appears to be something covered in a cloth here, which doesn't make any sense at all. And it kind of dawns on you further and further as you progress that, like, you have to kind of start doubting how much of this is real and how much of it isn't. And that's going to be, like, a common thread which runs through the whole of this game, and definitely through the entirety of Silent Hill 2. How much can you actually trust what you see? How much is real and how much is, like, a fictition? How can we even rely on our main character as the narrator of the game? And that's something like that I don't think I've ever seen in hardly any other video game other than this and Silent Hill 2. Is, like, you have, like, a protagonist, Harry Mason and or James Sunderland, and the more you play the game, the more you realize I actually can't trust this person's perception of reality, which is a very kind of strange thing to happen in a video game, because you never really have that otherwise.
What is this? What's going on here?
You're asking me, Harry. And then all of a sudden these appear out of nowhere. We have no way to defend ourselves. Absolutely no way whatsoever. We just have to try and get out of here as best we can. Are we even going to be able to? Doesn't look like it. And, like, obviously I've seen it before, but again, you have to think back 20 years ago, well, almost 20 years ago, really, like 18 years ago. Poor little Harry and Jason cowering in fear at this terrifying game. And I guess it turns out that wasn't real after all.
Was I dreaming?
Because here we wake up in what seems to be a diner or something. Feel? With Cameron Diaz.
Oh, like I've been run over by a truck. But I'm alright, I guess.
Glad to hear it. You from around here? Why don't you tell me what happened?
Wait a second, I'm just a tourist. I
came to be
here
so
for
defensive,
a vacation.
Harry Mason.
I just got here. I don't know what happened. like to find out myself. Have you seen a little girl? Just turned 7 last month, short, black hair. My daughter.
Sorry. The only person I've seen in this town is you.
Where is everybody?
I'd tell you if I knew, believe me. But from what I can tell, something bizarre's going on.
You think, Cameron Diaz? I've seen shit you wouldn't believe.
That's all I know.
Like a strange crucified bloody corpse in a back
What's
alley.
your name?
Harry. Harry Mason.
Sybil Bennett. I'm a police officer from Brams, the next town over. The phones are all dead, and the radio too. I'm going back to call in some reinforcements. Hold it. Where do you think you're going?
I need to find my daughter.
My daughter. I've got to find her.
No way. It's dangerous out there.
In that case, I need to find her now. Cheryl's my little girl. I can't just leave her out there by herself.
With whatever's out there.
Have you got a gun?
No.
I didn't think to bring one with me on vacation. Sorry, Sybil.
Take this, and hope you don't have to use it. Now listen to me. Before you pull the trigger, know who you're shooting. And don't do it unless you have to.
Sound advice from local law
Don't go blasting
enforcement.
me by mistake. Got it?
Yeah, thanks.
You do best to stay nearby. I'll be back with help as quick as I can.
And so begins Silent Hill. What follows is like pretty much a nightmare-scape of what you can't decide how much is like Harry's own creation and how much is like the town's creation, or how much is like two different things interacting and like catalyzing with each other. Kind of like, as I say, Silent Hill 2 as well. It's an absolute roller coaster of a horror game. If you like horror games and have never played the original Silent Hill, I don't know what you're doing. As I say, I just wanted to show off what for me is the most iconic introduction to a horror game ever, and something which really kind of puts the cinematography in video games. I don't think at that time there was anything that you could have described as artistic and and like as high level cinematography in a video game. And it's just unbelievable the way it invites you into the strange atmosphere of Silent Hill, and also already sets the precedent that you kind of have to take everything you see with a pinch of salt, because you can never really trust what you can see. You can never really trust what you're hearing, reading. You can never really believe everything around you, because nothing is ever really as it seems. And I think that's what's so unnerving about it. I adore it. So thank you for watching Silent Hill as part of Summertime Radness 2, the scary sequel. I will see you next time. Bye now. Summertime Radness, the scary sequel.